What up, Pisces? It's Magic G Magician Tarot, your fellow merman bloop bloop, your fellow merfolk. Let's get into it. It is obviously a shitty time to be an emotional person. Excuse my language, but, this is just not the time to be perceptive and beyond empathetic, because all the energy floating around is so up and down, and some days it's like, we're gonna get through this, and other days it's like, this is the end, friends. So I know I'm going through it, so I just want to give you guys a little look-see what's gonna happen today, Thursday, April 2nd through Saturday, April 4th. Okay, Magic Team Magician Tarot. You can like, share, subscribe below. Y'all already know, and I'm here despite wanting to just be face first and some Popeyes. Pick up some Popeyes. Sorry if you're a vegan. I wish I was as strong as you. But despite wanting to be face first and some Popeyes, I am here. And there we go. Legal Logic card is a Hermit card number 6. Let me just look. Major. Oh no, the Emperor, number 4. Okay, so sometimes you gotta fake it to make it, okay, Piscean? And right now is especially that time, and it doesn't come quite naturally for us to be stoic around others. That's not really what our sign does. Our sign is more, and if it is you, it's something that you've developed. It's something that you've trained over the years. But our sign is usually more mutable, So we let the people like the Aries and the Taurus, even the Leos, the Capricorns, we let our more fiery, earthy people be the Stoics. And we are more the intellectuals most of the time, and the ones that want to delve beneath the surface, and almost consider it a weakness to fake feeling confident when you're not confident. But right now is a time that we all have to look inward for the reserve of strength and possibly shut out some of what's going on outside. And even though we like to do that, because God knows we're introverted, it's really tough when the people around you and people immediately around you, and you're feeling everybody's feelings, which is why we have the Eternal card here. 21, we have the 8 of Swords, the feeling of being trapped by your own thoughts. A little different than the 9 of Swords. And then we have the 7 of Cups, the vision. You almost are like, God, I wish I didn't predict this. If you're somebody that feels psychic inklings and you could have seen something like this coming, or you're just, maybe you like a little conspiracy, maybe you like a little history, and so you knew that something like this was bound to happen. It doesn't feel good. The World card, yeah. Definitely concerned about what's going on with the world, concerned about your fellow man, your fellow people. And even though you're like, I told you people so, you're also like, damn it, I didn't want to be right. Excuse my language again, but with the 8 of Swords here, feeling like it sucks to be right. You were prepared, and you've been prepared for something like this, some kind of shakeup, because maybe you're not somebody that trusts authority. Maybe you're not somebody who even would get a flu shot. But so you've learned to take care of yourself. You've learned to survive on the fringes of society. You've learned to question everything. But what has it brought you, really? Just a little bit of forethought, 7 of Cups here. You not feeling grateful. You're not feeling particularly grateful for your gifts. And even though you're pushing yourself to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, help people who need things checked over, help people who need somebody to edit, help people who need somebody to bounce ideas off of, read, recommend things to people, answer people's questions, ask questions, just to keep people entertained and stuff. You're just not getting something out of it that you want, which is security. I think. Let's see, what do you want out of it? You want to be listened to, and you want it to be listened to before. So now that you are being listened to, you're like, well, you didn't listen to me before, so I don't know why I need a blah, blah, blah. And Pisces, if that's not you, you know, I don't know you. If you don't know me by now, that's you right now. You wanted to be listened to. You wanted to be appreciated before. You wanted to tell people you got to protect yourself. You got to, like, prepare. You have to be mentally prepared. All of that is in the past. So you're dwelling on the past. Yeah, awakening in the reverse. Right now, when everybody else is having a rude awakening, your awakening seems to have stalled. Maybe your awakening happened years before. 9 of Swords, again, despair. Okay, so the thoughts that you have been in a circular battle with are also the thoughts that are keeping you in despair. So what made you feel prepared when you were living in a fantasy world now is too real. Strength. Okay, so you got to pull yourself up a little bit. You have to embody, maybe there's a Leo that you know, or maybe there's some sort of fire sign that you know that you want to reach out to, and you want to ask for help, and you want to be like, help me understand how to re-enter society from the outside, because now society's come inside. Society is now in your home, and you have to know how to entertain them. Wisdom. Okay. Wisdom, I believe this is the Hermit. Now that you have to face your own dark side, your vindictive side, your your victimization side, your woe was me, like no one understands me, like your emo kid side, you're really struggling with that right now, and that's not too good for you, because I know that with a lot of Pisces, it's just like, I told you so vibe right now. It's like, I told you that you should be focusing on your inner world and blah, blah, blah. And everyone was like, okay, Pisces, like, you take care of that. Thanks, Pisces, but, like, I'm good. Now, they're like, how do I exist in an inner world? And you're like, well, I don't want to tell you now. So, this is the battle that you're facing. You have some wisdom for people, and you don't know how to share them. 5 of Sensations. This is the 5 of Pentacles. Air. You want to judge people harshly for how they were towards you and how they made you feel like a crazy person. If that's just me, then I'll take it, whatever, because I know that some of you guys are going through that. But the error of your ways is now you are perpetuating the cycle. Okay, Defender of Sensations. The earth sign. Okay, so you are now perpetuating the cycle that you have to break out of, and you are also punishing yourself. So it's a double-edged sword, because see how there's this guy's like stabbing himself with needles in the leg, but he's also the Knight of Pentacles, and he's about persistence. So you know that through punishment of yourself, through doing the hard thing, through making yourself do something that you don't want to do, if you've been somebody, for example, you have gotten out of shape. I got out of shape, and I used to be in really good shape, and I got myself in shape through being in a self-imposed prison of sadness and just pushing myself to run, and just eat really clean and just read while I ate, not eat in front of the TV, not enjoy the things that other people were enjoying. And, but I also neglected a lot of my life, you know, and now that I felt like I was just on the cusp, and you may have just felt like you were on the cusp of this great new phase of your life where you were starting to embody more of like a Taurus energy, more of like an Aries energy, more of like even a Capricorn energy with this earth sign feeling here. And there is an earth sign that you, or multiple earth signs that you want to prove wrong. And you want to say, you know, I'm not just this fluffy, emotional, psychic person. I also have a lot to give, and I do have skills that I can show the world. You're not being compensated for them right now, because maybe you can't work. If you're lucky enough that you can work, that's good. Okay, we got the transition card. We got the death card. Now, I pulled it out a little funky, so I don't know if it was up or down. We're going to assume, what's looking at me? We're going to assume that you're not ready for the next phase right now for some reason. The death of a relationship, You don't want to give up the relationship. You don't want to give up the old world, even though you've been preparing for the new world for a long time. You don't want to give up the old world, and you don't see that other people want to do that, and they're not ready. So it's going to be a while. So that's why this death card is in the reverse, and that's why the transformation from you going to dreamer to provider hasn't happened. Why? Ooh, woman of kind of emotions, cups, because you are loving, and you can't be the best you that you can possibly be for the world if you're trying to hide that special part of you, Pisces. That loving part of you, that dreamy part of you. You gotta find a way to balance it. Okay, the peacemaker. I believe the peacemaker of sensations is the knight of sensations. Let me look here. The sensations are the pentacles. Yes, the peacemaker is the knight. Being open to new ideas unclutters the mind, bringing forth a clear perception and a productive imagination. Right there, productive imagination. Productive imagination. What the hell good is your imagination and all this shit that you have gotten ready for if you can now produce? And it just occurred to me, I literally have seeds that I planted. I've been planting seeds and I've been composting for years. Everyone's like, ew, isn't composting like really gross? And I have seeds growing, and for some reason, I don't even give a shit. Like, I'm just like, this is horrible. When other people don't even know how to plant a seed. And I used to want to share that with people, and then there's something selfish that happened, and I think it's fear. So let's do a little bit of guidance. By seeing your fear of being judged, your fear of being silenced, your fear of being jailed. Like, it's not very fish of you. Like, you need to just keep swimming. So you can't let yourself be bogged down in if people are gonna jump on your bandwagon or not, because the more fun your bandwagon looks, the more people are gonna want to jump on it anyway. Collectible cards here. Unknown territory, yeah. You are the Jon Snow, and I hate Jon Snow. That's so like self-loathing of me, but you gotta go out in the wild and be with your wildling friends, but you can't go out, so you have to find a way to contact them and keep in contact with them, even when you don't feel that you have anything to offer. And then great adventure, take a risk, venture forward. If there's something true to your heart and in your heart, a new idea, a new thing that you puts wind in your sails, and you don't know when it's going to happen, it's already happening. It's already happening, Pisces. You're in the great adventure right now. Oh my God. Okay, so look at this mess. Fish. Anyway, in the end, Jon Snow lives. And you know what? He returns to the unknown territory. He goes back. Because it's not in his nature to sit on a throne. And even though he has tried to help people and tried to... If you don't know who Jon Snow is, like... that's not going to mean anything to you. But if you do, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He had to run back to play the game and tell people the freaking Night King is coming, winter is coming, and they didn't believe him, and they made fun of him, and they tried to kill him. He came back to life. That's how you need to be, Pisces. You need to be an unbeatable bastard. I know my language went all... Oh, my God. My language went all over the place, but Magic Magician Tarot, let me know below. Deuces.